Yes, we finally get to see the Kewl tunes taking down a regional. So make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more often. I know this is definitely a regional breakdown here because we have a lot of really interesting ideas here, especially when it comes to the Mitsurugi deck. When you get to see the list here in a second, it's definitely a list of cards. So we do see that we do have one Mitsurugi deck in Top Cut. Now, normally I'm not that excited, but this was a Dogmatica variant of the deck, which is completely different than what we've seen in the past. We also do have two Draco Tail, which has been a pretty common occurring theme that, you know, this deck still kind of shakes things up a little bit in the course of the meta, which is not bad. We also have a Blue Eyes White Dragon list. Now, shockingly enough, Blue Eyes has still been doing pretty decent on the back burner. You might be thinking, oh, you know, until we get that new Blue Eyes you can bring off of Spheres, you know, maybe the deck isn't going to do too much. It's quite the opposite, honestly. The deck has been doing pretty decently well, showcasing some decent results. We also had a Mitsurugi Yummy, which we'll call what it is. I mean, as long as Herald's going to be sticking around in the course of the meta, I feel like that's going to continue to be one of the more mainstay challengers that the modern era is going to be dealing with. We also had a Purely deck. Who let the cat in the hat out of the box? Because that deck is very, very annoying to watch play. It's setting up a huge giant boss monster is such an annoying problem. Like, it's actually kind of crazy to see. We also did have Sky Striker. Man, this is one cool regional, man. The fact you've also got Sky Striker running around in the back burner here is really, really cool. And then, of course, like I said, we have cool tunes bringing together the end of this regional. Now, overall, I mean, you've got a lot of different decks within the Top Cut. That's a good thing. It showcases variety, and it shows that the meta is not exactly the toxic, polluted mess that we expect. Let's pass on over to deck list. So, starting things off here, we have our Mitsurugi pile deck, and you're going to notice here, straight off the bat, that we are playing some of the more interesting little package pieces here. Yes, we are actually relying on the Dogmatica Fleur de Lis as a package in here, but also, I mean, we've got Nadir Servants, we have pre-preps. We're also playing a copy of the Quadramatica Beast, which target a monster in your graveyard or banishment. Send to the graveyard a monster from your extra deck, or a Dogmatica monster from your deck with an attack higher than or equal to that target. If you do, special summon that target. Till the end of your next turn, after this card resolves, you can't special summon from your extra deck. I mean, I need to really worry about my extra deck all that much when, you know, we have Mitsurugi pieces here. We can fling out a Herald with this. You have the Punishment. You have a lot of really cool tools available to you for a deck like this, and I think that that's a very good start in the right direction. So this is definitely one of the more off-of-the-wall lists I have seen running around for Mitsurugi, and I actually like that. Next up here, we have Draco Tail. Good to see Draco Tail still kind of maintaining that foothold on the meta here, you know, going with the two Branded Fusion in the main deck. This has been a pretty common thing because, you know, playing the one Fallen of Albaz opens up a couple of little spaces within your extra deck just to get you some consistency. No Fallen and Virtuous in here, which is fine. We're going with two Pantu or Gurla, which is also good. You do see the Frixel, because milling down the Frixel, triggering the Frixel to get the value, like this being a light spellcaster for Albion is hilarious, though this build is not playing Albion for some reason. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a later development. We also do see Quackimera Drago, this being the Spheres target you can bring out to punish your opponent post-side decking if you think that, you know, they are going to be playing some light and dark stuff. Actually does work out pretty nicely. Outside of that, I mean, this deck is just pretty standard. You're not going to be getting a lot of the innovation that you really want to be seeing in the meta with this. All right, next up here, we have Blue Eyes White Dragon. Wow, they're playing Bingo Machine Go. To be fair, Bingo Machine Go does allow you to basically cheat out some extra things, because, I mean, what is it? Your opponent randomly picks one for you, and of course, they have to be 3 cards meet at least criteria. So Blue Eyes Monster, Spawn Trap card that mentions Blue Eyes. So a Blue Eyes monster. All right, well, I mean, you have 3 bricks, I guess you can work with. to at least get that in motion. I do see our extra deck down here is going with triple Spirit and 2 Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and we are also going with the Crimson Dragon. Okay, I approve of this list. I love the Crimson Dragon into the Stardust Cipher, man. It feels super good just to be able to make that big, huge board, and your opponent doesn't really have much of a response they can usually do to it. It's just like, oh wow, that's such a big board you were able to produce. Yeah, that's typically how it ends up working, man. Huge problems that the opponent can't handle 101. Next up here, we have our cool tunes. Okay, I see we are playing Veilers in here. One cool interaction with Veiler also being a level 1 tuner, you can kind of adjust what you want to be doing with depending on how you open up. Because, I mean, the Veiler does give you access to some little different play lines. You do once again see, hey, look, Deltas are still kind of coming into the area right now. And I think Delta is going to continue to be one of those big cards, because what Delta gives you is another level 2 for you to bounce off of in hand. So the side frames have such a unique experience within this deck because they're not actually bricks. You know, you're able to use them as tuners in the hand to be able to kind of move along with your play lines. And that's a very important thing that you cannot forget. All right. Extra little play lines are always good. I do also see that we've got the Mulcharmies down here doing their job. And then, of course, hello, man, poor Brick. All right. Ooh, what else we got? Oh, we have another Draco Tail. All right. So still going with the standard stuff, going with the 2 Branded Fusion within the deck, which is fine. We do see 2 Ghost Bells. Ghost Bell, I still think, remains one of the better challengers that these decks kind of have to rely on. The meta right now is very, very pro Ghost Bell, and it does help out a lot. Also, this duelist loved 2 ofs, because you have 2 Drolls here, you have 2 Meows, and you've got the extra 2 Perulia down here, while, you know, Nib was an extended 3 of and so forth. The fact you can just fuse off with the Nib, pull back, you know, another hand trap if you really need it, depending on how, you know, you functionally opened up, is pretty good. Also, you do see down here, hey, look, there's the Albion with the Frixel. That's the big play line you want to be seeing, is the Branded Fusion, drop down the Frixel and the Albaz, and you get to just kind of do some incredibly stupid stuff. I love being able to trickle Frixel for 0 reason whatsoever. So, not too bad for a list, actually. Next up here, oh wow, we have a Purely list, and we're actually playing Foolish Burial Goods with the Metal Foes fusion here. What are you, Sky Striker? I guess. This list is also main decking 6 Mulcharmies, side decking the additional 2, which is good. The reason why I think this deck still is looked at by players is because Combi is such a stupid card. If you control no monsters, or all you control are fairy, special summon from the hand, and you contribute any number of fairy monsters, including this card, special summon a fairy monster from your deck whose level equals the total levels that those monsters had on the field. Hey, look. 1 and 1. It's a free tag into the Purely to start combo, or you can go into, you know, Purely Lily if you really need. It depends on how you've opened up. Also, by playing the Foolish Burial Goods, you can also pivot down a Black Goat Laughs, for example, if you need that little extra layer of protection just to make sure, hey, you know, I'm able to get this set up and kind of go from there. Not too bad. Next up here, we have some yummy Mitsurugi. Honestly, this is the standard build that most of us are very used to seeing within the meta. Being able to, you know, Habagiri, and I see we are doing the extended combo. Anytime Futsu is involved, it usually involves the other 2 Stooges coming to play within the deck, which is actually pretty decent. We are also playing 1 field spell. Second field spell is side deck. That has been a pretty common thing as well. We also do have the Lingaribo down here. I know a few people are going to have choice words about that, because a lot of the consensus and opinion was you don't need to play this bad card, but man, I do think it does help out a lot of the setup. Also, just playing 2 Yummy Snatchy. I mean, you're not really the pure dedicated build, so I guess you don't exactly have to go too nuts on the synergy side of things, but the deck is definitely able to function on just 2, so that's kind of a little bit of an important takeaway here when we're looking at the initial setup for that. And then our last list here is some Sky Striker goodness. I see that we are doing the triple inscription down here, which is pretty good. Also, Heatwave is a bomb card, man. I cannot tell you how good it feels to flip up Heatwave and just steal the game away from your opponent. Because, I mean, what are they going to do? Nothing? They chose for you to go first. Yeah, make the Sky Striker player go first and find out what happens. That's genuinely how it's going right now. So this is, I like this list a lot. So what do you guys think about the interesting little developments that have been happening in the meta, at least for this regional? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.